What's going on, everybody? This is James Grandmaster Facts Voice, and this is another Facts Project review. Today we're going to be covering Boom Studios' Alice Forever After, created by Panosian, colored by Francesco Segala, and lettered by Jeff Eckleberry. There's also a Wonderland sequence that's illustrated by Giorgio Spalletta. Now, if you're familiar with the Lewis Carroll novels, you'll understand that everybody's kind of like first glimpse of fantasy is Alice in Wonderland. But Alice in Wonderland had these big themes, whether it was the basis of rule, authority, and conformity. And Alice was somebody that, of course, that thought outside the box. All the while she was living in her human world with everybody that she corresponded with society. And when she would go into a deep slumber, or better yet, medicated, enhanced sleep, she would end up in this world that we know as Wonderland. And the big aspect of it is like the alter ego allegories. Every person that she corresponded with in society, as I spoke about earlier, represented somebody on the other side in Wonderland. So if you remember from the books, her dad was like a frantic dentist that was very obsessive about his job. And if he felt like he wasn't on time, he would like do the I'm late, just like the White Rabbit. Now, in this particular story, you see Alice as an older woman. She's about like in her early 30s. But Wonderland is pretty much falling apart. You'll see that by the Cheshire Cat and the Dormouse, who are basically operating the doorway to the human world, where Wonderland just is not going to sustain itself. It's not stable. So the big thing that they want to do is try to recruit her daughter in order to keep this place afloat. Now, what so happens in one particular instance is that the Dormouse, who we know from all the stories, lived inside the teacup. The teacup didn't have any tea in it. More than likely, had a lot of alcohol in it. So one particular day, himself and one of the guards, I believe it's like the Three of Hearts, is standing at the gate. And they have a couple drinks and they pass out. All the while, this door is open. And Absolem just so happens to see the door ajar and decides to walk through to the human world. Now, let's scale back a bit, because Alice is living in her father's home. Her father is pretty much the antagonist of this story, because he knows that she's about to write a memoir that's going to expose everything to exactly to who she is. All the medication that he basically gave her, how Hulda, this particular woman who was referenced to kind of like a Queen of Hearts type that is very authoritative, has these two twins by the name of Thomas and Theodore, who are kind of referenced towards Tweedledee and Tweedledum. And they have pretty much burned her house down and have caused her to live with her father in this dire time with her daughter. But she has some help. But she has her sister and her sister's husband, who pretty much help her do everything. But let's get back to Absolem. Absolem is now walking into the human world as a caterpillar, but yet the smoke that's coming from his cigarette, or better yet, it's not necessarily like his pipe that he has on top of the mushroom or anything like that, but it's causing people to see him for exactly being a caterpillar, but it's not causing any alarms that there's a caterpillar walking in the human world. And all the while, he feels as though he has a message that he has to relay to somebody about Alice coming back into Wonderland, and that person is generally her father. And the big thing that we see that they try to take advantage of is that Absolem wants Alice back in Wonderland, although the Cheshire Cat is trying to recruit Alice's daughter through the White Rabbit to come back into Wonderland. And they are now drawing up plans, now that he's basically let his father know about the plans of what Wonderland is, and the things that it basically calls for them to be almost like this shared universe. This now distracts from the fact that Absolem is just walking around the human world with no problem at all, because I guess this smoke that he's basically puffing on is causing everybody to have like a sense of thinking that it's okay for just a caterpillar to be walking around. They devise a plan. The plan is, in fact, to go back to the old ways of medicating Alice and doing away with the fact that she's basically trying to create this memoir that's going to basically ruin her father anyway. And Evelyn, her daughter, is going to be used as the guinea pig in order to make this happen, because that's the only person at the moment that she trusts outside of her sister and her brother-in-law. So her father decides to figure out a way for Evelyn to bring up a tea to her all by herself. But he slipped a little something inside in order to overly medicate it. This, of course, is going to start the entrance point for Alice to get back into Wonderland, because the whole medicated process that her father had put her in under these years of tortured abuse, psychological abuse, emotional abuse, all without her mother being present, something that's going to resonate throughout this story. It's not particularly something that used to be present in the novels, or better yet, the books, but within this particular comic, it's something very insightful. As you're seeing Alice being pulled apart between two worlds. One, the human world that she never really liked in the beginning, although she felt like she matured enough for her to grow and have an ability to live within both worlds. Now, Wonderland, although it was a place that basically called to the fact that she could think outside of the box and nobody would judge her, there's a decision to be made there too. Do you just let Wonderland go, or do you align yourself with it? But I'm looking forward to more. Dan Panosian, of course, if you ever seen like a lot of variant covers and basically some of the illustrations that he does, fabulous. The fact that he's putting this together and taking a spin on a classic tale like Alice in Wonderland and pushing it even forward even more, can't wait to see more. So and also there's already a second printing of this, so that means it's going good so far for Alice Forever After to basically be something that's going to be hidden in the long run. But I will see you guys next time, especially going into issue 2.